I decided to take a look at the items that I currently have listed on Poshmark and eBay that have been sitting for a while, and by a while I mean at least a year, and they have not sold. So what I want to do in today's video is take a look at these listings and see what I can do to just make some very simple improvements and hopefully help them get seen a little bit better, get more eyes on them, and ultimately get them to sell. So this is a really easy way to, help move stale inventory. And I want to share my screen and go through, just some quick couple adjustments I can do to these listings to hopefully get them seen and get them sold and out the door. And then I want to take a look in another month or so and see what sold from, these adjustments, if any at all. And then at that point, if they still haven't sold, I think it is time to take them into a buy sell trade store, delist them, and move on with it. But I figured it'd be good to show what I do every once in a while just to spruce up my listings and look at them with a fresh pair of eyes after they've been sitting for a long time. There's clearly some adjustments that could be made to help get them seen and make them a little bit more desirable. So I'm going to share my screen and go through these listings and just make some small adjustments to make them a little bit better. So here we go. The first one is this J. Crew ribbed mock neck pullover sweater. And the first thing I'm noticing when I look at this is that my cover photo is just on the plain white background, which is what I still do to an extent, but now I add a shadow or a drop to the image and it just helps it look a little bit more 3D and it looks a lot better. So that's something I've been doing for at least a couple years now, which means to me that this has been listed for over 2 years for sure. And I can tell by the pictures that this was an old apartment of mine. So yeah, it's definitely time to update this one a little bit. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is update that cover photo. All right, so I just went into Canva and luckily I still had the original photo and uploaded the original photo, removed the background, and added a drop. So now you can see there's like a little bit of a 3D look to it. Probably not a major fix, but it's still something. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And then I think another good thing I could do for this one is probably add in more keywords. I'm seeing right now that I definitely have room for more keywords, probably some better keywords. And there's a couple of ways I could do this and things I could do. One thing I really like to do is to just Google reverse image it. So I'll just right click on this and hit search image with Google. And then on the sidebar here, I'll be able to see some similar listings. Here's a good one. And of course, the best thing you want to find is sold listings because that is a successful listing. That means that, whoever listed it did a good enough job to get it sold, to sell it. So I like to just look at these. Usually these are not the sold, these are just, active listings, but it's still good to see like what people are pricing these at and other keywords they use. So ribbed, turtleneck. I think I used mock neck on mine. I didn't think it was like too big of a, turtleneck. I don't know. Turtleneck could probably be another good keyword. This person put mock neck, stretch knit. That's actually a great keyword. And then something I just learned not that long ago is if you go over here on Poshmark, and actually let me pull up. Let me just copy the current title I have right now. If I go into Poshmark and search that, then if you go down to the sold listings, sold items, here on the left-hand side, I'm just gonna exit out of that. Then, let's see, if I click on one, kind of similar, same brand, sweater, I could definitely find one that's more similar, but just to show you an example, you can come down to where it says people also searched and get some really great keywords, to include in the listing. And that is really great for search engine optimization and, helping your items just become more searchable. So I just learned about this. Please let me know if you knew about this. I don't know how I never ever noticed this before. I've been selling on Poshmark for like 5 years now. So somehow I never noticed this, but this is a great way to get some inspiration for keywords as well. So I'm gonna come back here. I think I am gonna also do a little bit of rearranging up the words because, I don't know how many people are typing in J. Crew ribbed mock neck, like all right there. And the first few words, from my understanding, are very important. So I'm gonna actually start it with J. Crew women's sweater, or I could just do J. Crew sweater. And then I'll put some keywords behind it. I always like to do the size and the color at the very end. It's totally a preference thing. I don't think that actually matters where you have it necessarily, but I just, for consistency, really like to do the color and the size at the end and all the keywords before that, but after the category, typically. I mean, obviously I didn't always do it that way. So J. Crew women's sweater, I did like stretch knit, and it definitely is a stretch knit sweater. It's ribbed, it's mock neck, and it's pullover. I could highlight the gold buttons. I have only 5 characters left, so I feel like that is good. And then down here, I'm just gonna get rid of that and just do J. Crew women's sweater, or maybe just J. Crew sweater. I don't know. I'm gonna do J. Crew. I'll do J. Crew women's sweater. I did hear at one point that you shouldn't necessarily do the same first few words in the title and the description. I don't know if that's true or not. I think I'm just gonna risk it here and put it like that, but that is a little bit I could do. And this does have lettuce trim on the sleeve, so I do have that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. And actually something I kind of think I should do is raise the price a little bit. At one point I did have this listed higher and then drop the price a little bit over time, I think. So it just seems like $16. Sometimes if the price is too low, it becomes less desirable, which sounds weird, but it just, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the lower the price, the less people want it. So even if I just put it up a little bit more, it probably will still sell right around $16 based on like offers and everything. But I think I'm actually gonna put this at $25. And then once Primelister sends out automatic 20% off offers, that would be 20 bucks. If someone sent me a $16 offer, I'm pretty sure I would accept that, especially after a few years. So I'm raising that price, updating that, updated the cover photo, updated the price, and added in some more keywords. So hopefully that will help that one sell a little bit better. And I'm gonna just move on. When I do lower the price, I like to relist the item just because on Poshmark it shows the price drop in the listing, and I just don't really like that. I think it looks really clean just to have the price and not have it say price dropped 19% or whatever it is. So I don't think it does that when you raise the price a little bit. I probably could relist that just to be safe, and maybe I will later, but right now I'm not going to. So moving on to the next one. This is a pair of Free People Movement athletic workout leggings in a size extra small. I've had these listed for longer than I want to admit. They just have not sold. And a reason could be they're extra small. Those can take a while to sell, but I don't think that's really the main issue here. So I think I need to add in some better keywords. Again, I pulled a new photo to add in, and this time it's a stock photo, which, disclaimer, use at your own risk. But I am gonna use a stock photo because I think it really does help pants in particular sell a lot better because you can see how they're being worn. So I'm just gonna go in here, and again, I will change that cover photo and just update it a little bit. So I'll just replace this photo, and there is a great cover photo. You know, the square thing on Poshmark, it has to be a square, kind of can cut things off a little bit, but I feel like that's still, you're able to see how it's being worn. We'll see if that helps a little bit. I'm gonna put this over here. And you can definitely see the leggings a little better being worn. They're a 7/8 length legging, so they fall just above the ankle. Still a great style. Maybe not the most on trend compared to like a more flare leg now, but a lot of people still wearing, you know, pretty standard athletic workout leggings. So I'm gonna copy that, and let's come on over to Poshmark. I'm gonna enter that and go to the sold listings again. All right, so a lot of these just say Free People Movement leggings. There's not much else in these titles that have sold. which is kind of interesting. I feel like normally there's more keywords going on, so that's actually a interesting thing to note. But do I have Free People Movement leggings as the, okay, maybe I'll start with that. Free People Movement leggings. And I want to say women's extra small. I am going to just add in the color in case somebody wants that specific color. I have athletic and workout. Oh, and let's actually go back to that and click on one. All right, so this pair, yeah, see, this is right around the price point I have. These look pretty similar to the ones I've got listed. I'm gonna look at these. And let's look at those keywords. Okay, Free People pants is another thing I could do. Sometimes these aren't the most relevant, they're just other similar things, so, but they're good just like long tail keywords to know for any item that you have listed that, you know, you could use these, or just to know what people are searching for. All right, and then let's see, Free People Movement leggings, athletic workout. They're mid-rise, 7/8. You know what else I could do is I can take this and go into good old ChatGPT and just type in keywords and styles for eBay and Poshmark listing, and type in my title, and then that should come up with some keywords I could use. Yoga pants, workout pants, activewear is a good one, gym, stretch. Yeah, all right, I think I'll do activewear over here. And that pretty much uses up all the keywords. Is there any I would want to replace? I don't know if gym, maybe compression. I think compression would be actually a great one. So I'm going to take out athletic and put in compression. All right, Free People Movement leggings, activewear, compression, workout, women's, or let's do key lime. And then women's extra small, since that is its own keyword there. And I'm just gonna do Free People Movement leggings. All right, few easy adjustments, keeping the $25 price point, listing those. Hopefully that helps them sell a little bit better. We shall see. The next item is this Madewell pullover ribbed chunky knit sweater. This one, I think I actually want to move the cover photo that I currently have, the stock photo, down a little bit. And instead of having that as the main photo, I'm going to use this as the main photo. I think sweaters actually can be seen pretty well just on a hanger. And I'm gonna put that one there. It's a great stock photo. It's just hard to see the item very well. I feel like it just doesn't really pop out. It could be the background on it. Maybe if I had, you know, removed that background and put like a colorful background or something just to help it pop more. But I'm just gonna go with that, see what happens. For my title, Madewell pullover ribbed chunky knit sweater. I think I'm just gonna do Madewell sweater will be the first. It's a pretty searchable thing on Google or wherever. Madewell sweater, it's a pullover. Is it really ribbed? I feel like it's not. Chunky knit, it certainly is. I don't know that I would even, oh, it's part of the, because the title is Madewell Everett Rib Play. Maybe that's where the ribbed is going in. Okay, so let's pull this over here on Poshmark and just see what successful listings have looked like. I'm gonna go over to the solds because those are the most successful listings. If they have sold, they are doing what they're supposed to. And it looks like there are some solds I can refer to. This is a good one here. And these are actually great stock photos. These are, I'm pretty sure, from Madewell's website. Oh, and this person did a close-up of that, so that does look good. All right, so Madewell Everett Rib Play. So they actually did do the style name, Everett Rib Play, which I am gonna put in the title, but I don't think I'm gonna do it before sweater. I'm gonna do it after. Madewell sweater, Everett Rib Play. Pullover, I don't need ribbed again. I think that's a little redundant. And let's see here. Cable knit, that's a great keyword. Wool blend. Madewell oversized sweater, Madewell chunky sweater. Okay, yeah, I really like cable knit. I guess I did put chunky knit. Would chunky cable knit be too much? I don't know, but I'm gonna go for it. Chunky cable knit, white, size small. Yeah, I think that's better. And got the measurements. It does have some pilling. I actually probably could go in with my sweater shaver and clean that up. This might have been pre-sweater shaver for me, so there's a chance I never did sweater shave that, so that could help too. And again, I think this price is just a little low. Even though it's a used Madewell sweater, 21 bucks, you know, I don't know, it's just not selling at that price. I'm expecting an offer. I think I'm going to put it at $28, raise that up a little bit and see what happens there. So there are a few adjustments and I'm gonna go ahead and list the item, see what happens. I will also be going back into all of these and copy and pasting the title into my spreadsheet and keeping it all really organized, updating the price and the title on all of these. But for now, I'm just doing the adjustments on Poshmark and then I will do that a little bit later. So next is this Tory Burch crochet knit pullover sweater. This is a beautiful item and I've had it listed well over a year. It's time to help this out and see how I can get it sold. So I'm gonna first do the Google reverse image, see what comes up, and just get some inspiration from some other sellers on what their keywords are, maybe what they have it priced at, just do a little bit of looking around here. So this person said Tory Burch sweater, medium chevron. That's a great term if I don't already have that. Split V-neck, blouse, crochet jumper. Okay, so they have both sweater and jumper, which is actually pretty good idea. Chevron, I definitely need that keyword in here. So I'm gonna update that. I am gonna keep the cover photo. I think the cover photo looks just fine. And this is a great brand. I could also put designer in here. That might be another good keyword. Tory Burch crochet knit pullover sweater. Again, I think I might just do Tory Burch sweater and then have crochet, knit, and pullover and chevron and then also designer. So now I want to bring this over to ChatGPT, type that in, and just again ask for keywords and maybe style core words to hopefully help this become a little bit more desirable. It's a beautiful sweater and I need to do what I can to help this sell. Long sleeve luxury is another good one. Boho chic, I like that. Preppy classic, textured, lightweight, lots of great words here. Fitted, relaxed fit, and then it gives some examples for some titles. I do think I want to add in boho. I think that's a great one. And I also think maybe luxury if I have that. Should I try boho chic? Maybe I will just do boho chic. We'll see what happens there. And all right, getting nice and keyword heavy here. Tory Burch sweater, crochet knit, pullover, chevron, boho chic, luxury, designer, extra small. There you have it. So Tory Burch, and I'm going to take out this part. Maybe I'll do Tory Burch crochet sweater. All right, and I think that looks good. I could add some colors in, navy blue and cream. Yeah, may as well add these in, navy blue, cream. Could help it be seen a little better. 35 bucks, I think that's a good price for this. So update and cross my fingers that this helps the item become a little bit more desirable and hopefully people are able to find it and want to buy it. So next is this Levi's Fair Isle sweater, pullover scoop neck, winter, holidays, tan, black, and extra small. Can you tell when I listed this item? Probably around the winter and holiday season, but I definitely want to update. I think the photo looks good. The cover photo could be better, but it's not bad. I think it's good enough is what I will say for that. I think I want to take out winter and holidays. And let's see. I think Fair Isle is a great term for that. I'm trying to decide if I want that right there at the top. Fair Isle sweater is a good like long tail keyword though. But it hasn't been working for me. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do Levi's women's sweater and then do Fair Isle after. Maybe I could do Fair Isle jumper. I wonder if that would be a good keyword. Let's see, down here I'm definitely gonna just do Levi's sweater. And let's bring this on over to Poshmark. Do I need to open a new tab? I think I do. And let's see what else we can come up with for some keywords. eBay would be another good place to do this, but kind of just sticking to Poshmark today for this video. All right, and coming over to the sold. The nice thing about eBay is you do see really current listings. It's like within the last 90 days and then they disappear. So on Poshmark, it's harder to know when these items actually sold. They're not in order from most recent. They don't disappear after a few months. So it makes it a little trickier, but we will work with what we've got here. So yeah. I feel like this one looks the most similar, even though it's a different brand. It is a successfully sold listing. It has that similar pattern along the neck. So I think I can definitely pull some inspiration here. My sweater is not marled, so I don't want to put that. Merino wool blend, Fair Isle, crew neck sweater. Let's look at these keywords down here. Long sweater. I could put long sweater. It's actually not a bad idea because mine is pretty long sweater. Levi's women's long sweater. I think I might try that. We'll see what happens. I don't have much to lose here. May as well just go for it. Levi's women's long sweater, Fair Isle pullover, scoop neck, tan, black, extra small. I'm trying to remember what the, okay, it's an acrylic wool. So I could do wool blend. Pockets, maybe I'll put pockets. That's a pretty desirable feature. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, keep the picture the same. Let's check on the price. 30 bucks. Yeah, probably gonna keep it there. Wool blend sweater, 30 bucks, pretty reasonable there, and hopefully that would sell for at least, 20. I'd be happy with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and update and see what happens. Let me know as I'm going through these if there are any keywords that you can think of that would be a good one. I love learning new keywords, and I've learned a lot from people who comment on my videos. So if you have anything that you think would really help any of these, please let me know. I'd be very curious, or just like keywords that you think are doing well right now. Next one is vintage protege colorful knit pullover wool blend sweater. And this one I've had listed for definitely a while. Again, this is an acrylic wool, so I actually don't even want to have a wool blend. If it's 100% wool, or 100% cashmere or silk, I will always put like wool in the title, or silk or cashmere or whatever. But if it's a blend, I don't know how many people type in like wool blend. So that's why now I kind of try to stay away from that. And I don't know, just use those, keyword spaces, character spaces for some better words. So I'm gonna take out the wool blend. Down here, I'm just gonna do protege vintage sweater. And I did put vintage first just because protege isn't necessarily a brand. This is kind of like Kuji-like, of a sweater, sort of. So I could also put Kuji style. That's something that could definitely help this sell. So I'm gonna do vintage protege sweater. Here, colorful knit pullover. I could also do crew neck. And I think I am gonna do, maybe instead of colorful, I will do Kuji style. And that could, is that Kuji style? Should we just go with that? Vintage protege sweater, crew neck, knit, pullover, Kuji style, beige, large. Take out beige. Do I have this as a men's or a women's? I have this as a women's sweater, so I'm gonna put women's large. Yeah, and let's put this over into ChatGPT and see what we can come up with through that. Sometimes this does help more than other times, but I think it's some good inspiration. 90s, that's a good word. I should definitely throw in there. Long sleeve, pullover, textured, patterned, abstract. That's a good one, actually. I'm gonna do abstract and 90s biggie style sweater. That's kind of what I was going with for the Kuji style. So that, I'm gonna keep Kuji style in here and add in 90s, and maybe instead of crew neck, ooh, yeah, instead of crew neck, I'm gonna do abstract. Just because you only have so many characters, so you gotta pick and choose here. Vintage protege sweater, knit, 90s, pullover, Kuji style, abstract, women's large. So there are plenty of keywords in there. And picture looks just fine. It's got the 3D look with the shadow drop. Let's see, what do I have this priced at? 35 bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that price and update that one. Just really simple stuff. I feel like it takes so much longer to delist items, bring them into the Buy Sell Trade store, things like that, than just keeping them all in the inventory and making a couple adjustments online. If that can help them sell, that's truly a win, because it's not that much work. It's pretty easy to do, and then, you know, you're able to actually sell the item and move it out. So it's definitely something good to do. All right, this is an Urban Outfitters embellished pearl velvet crop top, emerald green and small. All right, so yeah, I definitely needed a cover photo for this one, because, or like a stock photo, because this is not, it's hard to tell what that's gonna look like on. It just doesn't sell as well. So I was happy to find a stock photo for that whenever I did list this originally. And I am gonna keep that, but again, I'm gonna update the title and just do a little bit more here. Urban Outfitters velvet top maybe is what I will do here. Oops. Take out the velvet here. Urban Outfitters velvet top. I do want to put women's right here. Maybe pearl embellished instead of embellished pearl. Just things that people would type in are more likely to pull up if they're in a specific order. Urban Outfitters velvet top, pearl embellished, crop, emerald green, women's small. Should I even have crop in there? Yeah, it is very cropped, so maybe right here I'll just do Urban Outfitters velvet crop top. Emerald green is a good description of this, I do believe. I think I'm going to look this one up over on Poshmark here and just see what comes up under the solds. Okay. Yeah, not seeing that specific item, but maybe I'll just click this as like a, looks pearly, beaded. I guess that would have been another good word, beaded. All right, let's see down here. Free People boyfriend sweater, boat neck sweater, striped cardigan, slouchy sweater. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep what I did, move some things around, And square neck, I could put square neck. Again, you only get so many spaces for keywords, so you can't put them all in there. I think we're just gonna go for it, see what happens, move some things around, keeping the price at 25 and listing that one. All right, we've got 3 more to go here. So this is a gorgeous dress that I think would be so perfect if you were going to a wedding or something in the fall or winter. I love this dress, it's truly beautiful. So I thought that the cover photo was fine. I did end up finding some stock photos that might help this just because you can see it being worn. Oh, and I do have a stock photo down there, so I could put that one up as the cover photo, but I do have, let's see, this photo here. Yeah, I feel like this is a good one just to show it being worn. And then I have the other photos there, another stock photo there with the back shown, so that's good. So I'm gonna update that. Lulu's Awaken My Love. Yeah, I don't know if I need that title or the style name. I don't know that I actually need that, so I'm gonna take that out. I've got it here. Lulu's Awaken My Love dress, in case somebody does look it up. Hopefully it would pull from the description, but I don't think that's the most valuable keyword I could have, and I don't know how many people would actually be looking up that specific style name versus like Lulu's dress or something like that. So I am gonna just do Lulu's dress right here. And then I've got lace, maybe Lulu's lace dress or maxi dress. Lulu's maxi dress, we're doing that. Lace, long sleeve, open back, formal. I'm gonna even put wedding, navy blue, women's, extra small. V neckline is another good one. Maybe I'll do V-neck instead of open back. Lulu's maxi dress, lace, long sleeve, V-neck, formal, wedding, navy blue, women's extra small. Okay, I think that's good. Got the color in there. Let me know if you do style tags or if you typically leave that blank. I never do style tags. That's something else I could potentially do that would help it, but I don't know that that's proven. So let me know if you use style tags or not, if you think it helps. All right, so updating that. This next one I have is an Escada Margarita lay rain jacket, outdoor nylon coat, navy blue, women's size 38. And the price on this one is funny, $91. I know I had this listed higher and then I dropped the prices by 30% on several items, so that's why it ended up being put at 90 bucks, or 91 bucks, but I think I might update that. All right, so this is, I'm guessing the designer name or at least a line. So I do want that somewhere. I'm gonna keep it here, but I don't think I want that at the very beginning of my title. Maybe I will keep it in the title, but just not there. Escada rain jacket would probably be great. And then maybe I'll put that here. Outdoor nylon. Got rain jacket. What could be with coat? Something before coat. I guess nylon coat is a decent long tail keyword. I do want to plug this one in and see what else could come up for that. This is a brand that I think is a high retail price, but doesn't necessarily resell as high from what I can tell, but it's definitely an expensive brand. Travel, that's a good one, or outdoor coat, windbreaker, lightweight, that's a great keyword. Okay, these are some really good keywords. I do like luxury for this one. Rain jacket, outdoor coat. Let me see if I can squeeze any of that. Okay, I already have outdoor, so maybe I'll do outdoor coat. And I think I actually am gonna take this out just to get better keywords. Still has the brand name, and then it has that sub line or designer there. So I'm gonna put luxury here, and then I'm gonna move this to outdoor coat. And then let's do lightweight. Nope. Let's do travel. Escada rain jacket, luxury, nylon, outdoor coat, travel, navy blue, women's size 38. All right, that looks good. Packable is another word I used here. Okay, I mean, it is kind of a trench style. Maybe not because there's no belt, but it's longer. So that's another word that I could swap out for these, but I think I'm gonna keep it like that. And I've got the color, $91. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop this. Let's put this at $75. And when I list this, it will show that had a price drop. Right here, price dropped 18%. So I am gonna go into Prime Lister and relist the item just so that it shows up as a fresh, I can't talk, so that it shows up as a fresh listing. And so now the price is updated here. I'm gonna go ahead and click this, create a new task, and relist the item. So that will be relisted on Poshmark. It'll show up as a fresh listing and it won't show that price drop. All right, and then this last one is a Woolrich Aztec Southwest collared button-down shirt. So again, I'm going to look into that a little more, see what we can do to adjust it. This one I have had listed for over a year, but I think it's the least, it's been sitting the least out of all of these. So I still have a lot of hope for it. It just hasn't sold quickly. So let's see, Woolrich Aztec Southwest collared button-down shirt. So I think I'm gonna start this with Woolrich men's shirt and take out that men's, take out the shirt here, put button down a little farther up. Aztec Southwest collared. I don't think it's, I have red and green listed. I don't know that's really the best description. I'm just gonna actually put multicolor there. And oh yeah, because it's like more of a tan as the base. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna take this over to ChatGPT again, see what keywords come up for this. And I have it listed at $42. I think that is where I'm gonna keep it. Could probably lower that price a little bit, but I think I'm gonna just try to keep it for now. Casual, Western, heritage. Those are great words, Western and heritage. Rustic. Yeah, those are all great words. Flannel could be another good one. Okay, I think I'm gonna do Western and rustic. I really like those. I've got Southwest. Maybe I'll just change that to Western. And what was that other one I liked? Rustic and heritage. Let's see if we have enough spaces. We do. Woolrich men's shirt, button down, Aztec, Western, rustic, heritage, collared, extra large. I think that looks great. And instead of red and green, I think I'm gonna do tan and red. I think that describes it a little better. Keeping it at 42 bucks. Updating it and hoping that it does help the item sell. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're doing very well, and hopefully this gave you a little inspiration to go into your own listings that aren't selling and just do a couple quick things that you can do very easily to spruce them up a little bit and hopefully get them to sell. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a very good rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.